What do we have up in here? Let's see what we got up in here. Oh man. Looks like a build yourself kit, huh? Everything is in pieces, Joe. Why? Why? Brake booster. Just the one box? What about over here? Let's see what we got over here. Jackets. Proportional though. You're gonna need that one for sure. Yep, gonna need that one too. What up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Working on the brakes today for the 68 Charger build. We finally got these components that we've been waiting on to kind of get the brakes situated, so that way we can drop in that monster. So let's see what we got, see what we're working with, and then see if we can get these brake boosters set up along with the brake lines ran. All right, y'all, so we got a little bit of a kit here. They don't really give you any instructions. I did look up one other video. I saw that guy had a similar setup to this one, so this is definitely a little bit of an aftermarket kit. But what I'm going to do is probably going to put this together here on the bench here and then put it on the car, because it seems a little bit of a pain in the ass to try to do it while it's on the car. So it's going to go something like that. And then this guy, you got to screw on here, but you got to make sure it's the right length. So we're going to get it on here to make sure that's correct and whatnot. And then this shaft will go into the pedal itself. This will bolt there, and then you're going to have this plate as well there, and then this rubber boot to keep out the weather. But they also give you a couple different arms, it looks like, just in case you need to adjust the throw of the pedal. So there's that. Let me see if we can put this together a little bit real quick. I don't know what it is about this Mopar, man. Everything has to be difficult, but you guys saw I tried to bolt it up to the firewall and it was just not gonna happen. So what's happening, you're definitely gonna have to cut this guy here. With this guy all the way, even all the way inserted, all the way as far as it can go, it still sticks about right there. What's happening is that once you get it to the firewall, you see where it mounts to the firewall, and you see how this arm would hit the firewall before it would mount. So you're going to have to cut that bolt down all the way back to where it's sitting flush right there, because if it's sitting anything out here, it's going to hit the firewall along with where it mounts. So it needs to be pretty flush in order for us to be able to get that on. So that way nothing's hitting the firewall here. So we can probably be out a little bit, but not much. So I'm going to cut a little bit off at a time to see where it's correct with this, along with this guy here. So that way we can get this thing on. So we're going to have to unbolt it again and all that jazz. So again, let's get to it. Liar, pants on fire over here. Woo! That was hot, y'all. But okay, after getting burned over here, I got this back thing assembled. I got this thing back assembled, and it looks like that should do it. Definitely had to take off a little bit more. You guys saw that. So it's basically got to be flush with that firewall, and this arm right here cannot hit the firewall, or else you can't even mount it, which is kind of crazy on how much you had to cut off. But we also might have to adjust this or change this one with one of these. So there's going to be a lot of trial and error for the most part for the pedal fitment. But at least this way we can get this thing bolted on, mocked in, and then bolt on the master, the WILWOOD master I should say, so that way we can mock up our brake lines along with the proportioning valve and things like that, run all our brake lines so we can actually get the motor in. But let's go see if we can put this in the car now. All right, y'all, so now that we got that situated for the most part, but we are missing a bracket that goes there. I did a little bit of research. We are missing a bracket that's like a cover plate that goes there from factory, so we're gonna have to order that. But in the meantime, this will definitely be just all mock-up. We're gonna have to remove all this stuff once again, and not to mention this guy here. We're gonna end up having to remove this guy later as well to bench bleed it, so we'll just mock it up for now. Let me see if I can get this stuff on here so we can actually run the lines. Well, there she goes, y'all. There she goes. Man, this thing was tight. It was super tight. It was kind of a pain in the butt. I ended up having to undo it from here just to get these lines on and then put it on here. Pain in the butt. And look at that, this little bolt here is just barely touching right there, so we're going to end up having to probably massage that area right there just a little bit, just for the bulkhead there, and just so that way it's free and clear. But I'm a little concerned about these brake lines. Let's see what kind of room we got to run these lines. That is no bueno, sir. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna get brake lines on that. I mean, there's no room whatsoever. This one might be okay. Come here. This one's just fine. Come down this way. But this guy right here, it's very concerning, this guy right here. So this one, these two are okay. Looks like that's the rear, and this is the front and front. So this is gonna be our passenger side and the driver's side. But I don't know. I mean, maybe a super sharp 90. I don't know. We're gonna have to try it, trial and error, see if we can get that to work, see if we can make this clear right here, because it's gonna be tight. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the car up on the lift, get it up in the air so it's a little bit easier to get in and out of it, and see how we can route these lines. Well, you guys, before I did anything crazy, checked something out, checked online, compared a few things, and called 80s Performance. And sure enough, they make the other side bracket. So we're gonna end up ordering the bracket that puts the valve on this side, on the inside instead of the outside, so that way we have plenty of clearance for our brake lines. Now, what I did do is I went ahead and started routing this brake line from the passenger side all the way up and over. You guys can see kind of how I got it going here. Definitely got to make these myself. This is kind of what I got going right now. So we got it coming and landing here, wrapped around on the back side. Then we had to continue it to go on down, back, and then around this tranny tunnel. So we're gonna have to kind of mount it and then make a nice little curve and then come back down here. And so what we'll do is we'll probably cut it right there and then stop it right there. So once that valve gets in, we can make the line from there up to the proportioning valve. Not only that, it'll kind of make it a little bit more serviceable and have it in two pieces like that. So I'm going to continue bending this guy here and see how far we can get. Oh my god, yeah, that was a pain in the butt, but I do like it, I must say so myself. Very happy the way it came out. Mind you guys, I've really never really done this like this, such an custom application with the brake lines. I've only done this one other time, and that was on the rear end. So my bends are not like perfect by any means, but I feel like that's gonna work out perfectly. We come around down the frame along the back side like that, and then up and over here, and then we'll have a little barb connection here that'll connect one more line up to the proportioning valve. But that looks pretty good. I don't know if I'll come down, maybe 98 back down and then up, we'll see. But at least this way, part is done, and we got the passenger side pretty much situated with the brake lines. We'll continue the driver's side once we get that proportioning valve mounted. That way we can pre-bend all the line down to the wheel, so that way it's nice and tucked. But this way, this will allow us to actually sit the motor in here. I might want to wait on getting the right bracket for the brake booster along with the proportioning valve, just because it's a little easier to work with the motor not inside the car. You guys can see I can do whatever I need to do, reach in there, versus trying to be in two places at once. So we'll see. Well, you guys, I think that's gonna do it for this video. We're gonna stop it here. We're gonna keep moving on with this progress and this project. Hopefully we get some more parts in and then go from there, and then maybe next time we'd actually can set that motor in here and see what that looks like and see how well it sits. But until then, subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications, and you guys already know, stay wrenching.